Good morning, everyone. Before we get started today, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Steampunk Dragonfly. She is on Etsy, and I recently ordered some avocado dyed paper from her, and I received my package today. And it had all of these cute little extras in with it, which was a very nice surprise. It's got some ledger paper, some coffee dyed. I'm not sure what she did this yellow with, but that's really cool. And then the avocado dyed paper is just gorgeous. Look at this. It is just beautiful, beautiful. So thank you very much. I would highly recommend her. She ships very quickly, and the quality of the product is excellent. So let's get started on what we're going to do today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this video did not go as planned. I have spent the last 45 minutes talking basically to myself because my phone died and I did not know it, and so I was recording. Nix that. I was not recording and basically talking to myself. So I am going to tell you how I got to this point. This was our project for today, and it is for the squishy journal that is made out of the Amazon bubble shipping envelope. And I will try my best to explain how I got to where we are, and we'll just go from there. I hate technical stuff sometimes. It's a really painful, especially when you do it at work all day as well, and there's problems at work, and then you come home and say, oh, I'll make a video, and it doesn't work there either. But that's neither here or there, so we will forget about it and move on. So in the video, that wasn't really a video, I had created this special pocket that's going to go in the squishy journal, and basically it's made with a piece of cardstock and a couple of envelopes, and this is where I had gotten so far when I realized nothing was happening. It's a double flip out. It has a pocket here, just filled with some goodies that I had. And it has a tag that comes out on the side here, or not a tag, but a journal card, and a journal card that comes out on the side here. And the tag and the two journal cards were made out of the master board that I made to coordinate with the journal, and they're backed with the lovely avocado paper that I mentioned before the video started. I'm just really loving it. And then these are those little metal index labels that I told you that I found in an antique store that were with a bunch of index cards that had insurance claims on them. So from the 1950s, early 50s. And so I just took a couple of these little metal pieces off and I put them on the cards to use kind of like a pull tab to pull the cards out of the pockets. So we have one pocket going this way, as I said, and then the other pocket is on this side, and it comes out this way, maybe. Yeah. And I'm going to have to tighten that one up a little bit. And it's got the same avocado dyed paper on the back. So, how did I get to this point? Okay. basically, I started with 2 envelopes, and these are probably invitation size envelopes. Maybe a small greeting card. They're not very long. Let's see how long they are. They are about 5.5 inches long by about 4.25. And you could do this with any size envelope. This just fits well for that journal, and so that's why I made them this size. And then this is just a piece of cardstock that's roughly the same size. It really doesn't matter what size this cardstock in the middle is. This one just gave a real nice fold when you put it together. So what you're going to do is you're going to take both the envelopes and just wrap the piece of cardstock like this, and you're going to run your glue here, and you're going to run your glue here, and just glue it down. We're not going to worry about this because this is the back, and this will be adhered to one of the pages in a signature inside the journal, so it really doesn't have to have any kind of finish. We're going to concentrate on this part. And on this, you can have it open either way that you want to, if you want it to be like this or if you want it to be like this. In mine, I put the left side in first and then the right, but that's totally up to you. And then I slit, and this is also optional, however you want to do it. I slit this one, just barely cut across the top to make the pocket go in this way. And then on this one, I slit down the side so that the pocket goes in this way. And there again, that's totally up to you, whichever way that you want to do it. After I did that, I picked out my papers that I wanted to cover each panel with, and all of these papers are by My Porch Prints on Etsy, and they are in the French receipt paper group that she's got, I believe is what it's called. And this one is one of the others, and I swear I can't remember the name of it. But I know that these front pages are from the French receipt. And I will link those in the comments, or link My Porch Prints in the comments so that you can find her on Etsy. So, you know, I just took and ripped. I wanted rough edges, so I ripped something that would fit. Now, the one thing that you have to be aware of when you're gluing the inside pieces on is you don't want to put glue here. Because if you put glue in this area and then you have a slit here for a pocket or a slit on the side for a pocket, and you've put glue here and glued that paper down, you're not going to be able to slide your paper in and out. So basically, you're going to want to glue just here down this edge, and then you can put glue, you know, everywhere else. So again, this edge, and then glue here, and then lay your paper on top, and that way you won't have anything sticky here, and you won't be sticking your paper to this part because you need it to be open. So that's the construction, and then all it's left to do is to embellish it. And I started with the outside. This is a Tim Holtz die of an old typewriter that I used. This is a Tim Holtz flower die cut. And this is also one of his, this is actually one of his chipboard sentiments. But I peeled off the thick part. You can make those as thick or thin as you want. Basically, I took mine all the way down to the paper because I didn't want it to have any more thickness than just the paper. So I just took the back off basically and inked it and then glued it. And then this is also one of his pictures. It's in the set Found Relatives maybe, but it's in the set that has the 3 pictures that looks like they've been in a photo booth, and I just cut one of them off. And then this is my porch prints, and this is Tim Holtz. And there was a hole there, and I just put a brad in there before I glued it down. So that's how we got the outside. And of course I inked all the edges and with my archival coffee ink. And then on the inside, I got this center section done. This number here is from my porch prints. This is Tim Holtz. There's a little piece of lace here. And then I just picked several pieces of fun stuff to stick inside. There's a little replica of an envelope. I don't even know where I got this. It was like on a page that had several you could punch out. I've had it for a really long time, so I'm not even sure where that came from. This tag was made from my master board that I made for this journal, and I backed it with some avocado dyed ledger paper, which isn't that scrumptious looking. I love it. And then this is like a transit ticket for like a bus or a subway, and it's a Tim Holtz ticket, and I just stuck those down in there. So that's where we are. And I'm gonna decorate up, embellish, I guess would be. Oh, and I also put a stamp here, this little postmark stamp, and it's from Hobby Lobby. And I just stamped it on there, and I used Archival Ground Espresso and just stamped it. So that's where we are. So I think next I'm going to focus on this panel. And let's see what we've got. I've got all kinds of little stuff, a little pile of stuff over here. Let's look and see. There's labels and flowers and ticket stubs and all kinds of stuff. So let's see what we can do to create. This clock was in that same little punch out set that that envelope was in. Let's ink it up. And I want to try to keep these pretty flat because that is going to shut, and so I don't want something that's going to stick up too much to interfere. This is a die cut that I actually got in a Happy Mail, but I think I'm pretty sure it's Tim Holtz. Someone sent it to me, so I can't tell you for sure. But it just gives a nice little something. Ink it up as well. I believe it's just regular manila cardstock, or it could be out of a file folder, punched out of a file folder. Grunge it up a little bit and wrinkle it up a little bit. Hope everybody's having a good day. I was having a good day until I realized I wasn't videoing anything. But that's the way things happen sometimes. I'll get over it. I'm just putting some ink where I'm folding this, just to kind of give it like an age look. That's kind of a cool trick if you want something to look a little older. Is just kind of fold it and makes these nice little crease marks. And let's see, what else do we have? Maybe put some more flowers. All of these flowers that I'm using are Tim Holtz, I believe. All the ones that I pulled out are his. I try to do a couple of like really focal pieces when I do a journal. And then the rest, you know, were typical pockets and tucks and things like that. But I like to do a couple of special pieces just to make it a little different and have a couple of surprises in there. Sorry if you can hear my neighbor's mower. He's pretty far away, but you may still be able to hear it. My air conditioner is still not working. The part came in and they will be here Tuesday to install it, and I can't wait because it's making my studio miserable. Luckily, our main level unit is working, and so we're not uncomfortable, because it has been really uncomfortable weather. Here it's hot and humid and rainy, and it's been just almost unbearable. But luckily, it's not really affected us too awfully bad since our downstairs unit works. I'm just kind of moving stuff around, seeing where I like it. I don't know that I really, the only kind of thing that I go by when I'm doing this is I tend to work in triangles or circles to make your eye travel around the page. And I work in odd numbers. So if I'm going to put something on a page, I'm going to put whatever it is going to be in an odd number. So it's either going to be 1, or it's going to be 3, or it could be 5, depending on what it is, but it's not going to be an even number of anything. So I think I like that there. Okay, I think we're going to go with that. And I'm going to use my art glitter glue with this. You missed my big spiel about me trying a glue stick. I did buy one. I got a Scotch brand because several people had been saying that it was really good, and that is what I put the papers down with, these papers. And I have to say, so far they are staying, but I do not like that they tend to, it seems like they wrinkle the paper a little bit, and that I don't really like that. I mean, it's not bad, and I'm sure that it will dry and be fine, but and what I'm doing here is I'm at least gluing the top layer down to whatever is immediately underneath it. And the advantage of this is I know where I have placed everything. And then you can lift it up as a whole and flip it over and put your glue and glue it to the page. I find sometimes that's easier than trying to remember where everything goes. And so now I'll put glue all over and flip it back over. Yeah, it's so hot up here that I'm having trouble with my glue like clogging up if I leave it off just for a second. It seems to clog that little spout up, so I'm having to work with my glue and remember to put my pin back in there, which I am awful at. This little number tag here is from my porch prints as well. And that little ticket right there, it's a vehicle parking permit ticket, and I think I found those on Etsy. There was a lady that had several different kinds of unused tickets. She had some that were for swimming, the swimming club, and several different neat ones, and I've had those for a long time. I'll look and see if I can see in my history who I bought those from, and if she's even still selling. If she is, I'll either put it in the comments or I'll mention it the next time. If I don't remember, please remind me. Sometimes I get forgetful when I'm doing that. Okay, so now we have this. Close this. That opens to this. That opens to this. So we have these two surfaces left. Okay, so let's find, I have this. This is an actual label off some lead pencils, a box of lead pencils. It's fairly old. It says, what does it say? It's May, I think it says 1978, or is that an 18? It could say 1878. It's so small that I can't read it. May 20th. It's either 18, might say 1875, but regardless, it was in a pack of stuff that I found at a antique shop in the Outer Banks when I was on vacation, and I thought that was kind of cool. This is a actual driver's license, part of a driver's license. Which is also kind of cool, but it doesn't have enough contrast, I don't think, to the paper. Let's see what else we have. Here is an advertisement for some office-looking equipment. That's a possibility to do something with that. And then we have this cool little tag. That's another possibility to do something with that. Move that out of the way. This is out of Tim Holtz. This is a railway employee pass. Kind of like the color of that. We've got this flower, which is really similar to this flower. It's almost too similar, actually. Let's see what else we got in the flower range. We got this one. I like that one. So that's a possibility. Do you all audition when you're trying to figure out what you're going to put? I don't know how many of you all watch Roxy's Creations, her tutorials. I just love to watch her, but that's what she calls it when you take something and see if it works, and then you go through your stack and you get down to the ones you like, and then you know, end up picking whatever you're going to put on it. She calls it auditioning. I think that's just a cute term for it. You know that. Okay, let's see. What are we gonna do here? Those are pretty, but I think that's too much. Too much. See, here's one of the cab tickets. Dayton Yellow Cab. I think that's really cute. And that actually fits our colors pretty good. Maybe that black is just too much. Let's try something else there. Let's try. Like I said, I want to try to keep it pretty flat, so that kind of limits what I can do here. You know me, I like my dimension, but in this case, can't do it. What's this? This is some kind of certificate. And that's out of a Tim Holtz pack. I like that though. I like the color of that. I like that better than the blue actually. Okay. Alright, let me ink these flowers and see if that helps me any. I'm trying to be more decisive on these things because I'll sit and move something around forever and end up putting it right back like I had it the first time. And so in a lot of these cases, I need to just go with my first thought and leave it at that instead of second guessing and moving stuff around. And okay, I like that. This is like this is out of Tim Holtz ticket book, and it is a bus ticket. Okay, people, what are you telling me? I know you're giving me advice out there. I can't hear you. Can't hear what you're saying. I don't know that I want so many flowers. This is just a piece of dictionary page, like one of those little pocket dictionaries. I like it because the print is really small. I like the idea of a label, but I don't know about that one. I don't feel like the color is right. The color's definitely not right on that. Nope. It's not it either. Okay, I'm going to take my, where's my pokey tool? Well, my goodness gracious. Oh, here we go. I'm grabbing a brad, and I'm going to put a brad in here. I'm going to put that on there, because that won't cause too much of a deal. Nope, top. And I think maybe gonna do that because this has got that kind of reddish color, and I think that ties that in with the other flowers better. And I am gonna stick it under because I don't want it to be the main focal point, but I want the color to be there. So I am going to kind of do it. Something like that. Oh, and you know what I could do is I put this little piece of lace here, and it's really flat. Maybe I could put another piece of that over here, because it is just really flat lace, so it's not gonna cause any kind of bulk whatsoever. That'll soften all this up just a tad. Okay, I think I'm good with that. And again, I'm gonna start by gluing from the top. Just to get everything stuck into place. Then flip it, put my glue on the back. Well, the one advantage to my video not working is this was going to have to be a two-parter because I don't work very quickly. So now it doesn't have to be a two-parter. But I just hope you guys can get the gist of how I did everything. And then over here, see how quickly that blocked up? It's amazing what heat will do. You know what? I'm going to glue this just around the edges. Like so. And create a little tuck spot there, and maybe we'll tuck in that little couple of these little tickets. That'd be kind of cute, huh? Kind of like that. For something extra. I need to change my sponge on my inker. It is starting to leave little fuzzies. All right. So, yeah, I think that's okay. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is just one of the little Tim Holtz paper clips that I put on that picture just to add a little something. But I think that's got it, folks. That wasn't too bad. So we have our journaling card here, and I'm not going to put anything on these, I don't think. I think they see, this is what I don't like about the glue stick. You see those little bubbles? I'll have to go do something with that. We have our journaling card there. We have our journaling card. I knew I was going to have to tighten that up. Journaling card here. That one's pretty flat. Actually, I could probably put a little bit of glue on that. And of course, now I can't get it back on. There we go. Then we have our tag here with our little extra goodies. And the drawing spot on the back. So I think that turned out pretty well. Super easy to make. I'm going to be making some more of these, I believe, and listing them in my shop for purchase. And see, I didn't do anything to the back because, like I said, I'm going to glue it down to the page. Now, if I put them in my shop, they will have the finished back, and that way you can use them however you need to and it be completely finished. But there we go. I hope everybody liked that, and thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do, and don't forget to hit the little bell, and it will notify you when I have a new video out. And please comment if you have any questions, and I will be glad to answer them. And I hope everybody has a great evening, and I will see you on Saturday.